你好，祝你有美好的一天。这就是频道 Celebrity News Today 247。这是今天的新闻。
The black fans apologized in the newspapers, and Xiao Zhan's repaying his grievances with virtue is reflected in these 20 words. Recently, another black fan posted an apology in the newspaper, which spread on the internet and caused a lot of heated discussions. This is a good thing to say, because it is not as simple as an apology. Especially the 20 words in the apology statement reflect Xiao Zhan's retribution with virtue. The reflection of Xiao Zhan's nostalgia for the past has made many people moved and sighed. Even if we go back to that time, the rumors have already hurt him and his fan group deeply, and it is hard to calm down. Speaking of which, this time, the black fan made an apology in the newspaper, which is more understandable than before. And we all know that, looking at the stormy internet public opinion at that time, few people were immune to infection. Especially as a fan of Xiao Zhan, he is one of the two major storm eyes of all these storms. The other is Xiao Zhan himself. However, as time passed, many people have gradually forgotten the destruction of the day and the destruction of life of the day. Every time I swipe the news on the internet, there are all kinds of black powder, or, more precisely, can that be counted as a fan? Can someone who can criticize others so brazenly be a fan? Those who have experienced strong winds and rains know the importance of umbrellas best. Those who have experienced no charcoal in the snow, he also knows the true meaning of giving charcoal in the snow best. The past is really unbearable. Many Xiao Zhan fans, including Xiao Zhan, rarely talk about this, but, as soon as I see a similar apology, my mind will jump out like a conditioned reflex. That night of sadness, scenes of tears, scenes of wind and rain. We didn't offend anyone, why did it fall so far? We haven't done bad things, why are we being murdered? Perhaps, it is every man is innocent, but he is guilty, or maybe it is because you are too popular. You don't offend anyone, but anyone can offend you. In fact, this time, the black fan made an apology in the newspaper. Everything else can be ignored, and the content is similar to the previous one. Only the 20 words in it reflect Xiao Zhan's repaying grievances with virtue, and Xiao Zhan's repaying grievances with directness. Especially thank you for allowing me to express my apology away from the internet. Apparently, the reason why I chose to apologize in a newspaper rather than on the internet, just to leave face and room for the apologist, let his life be less affected and impacted. Those who have experienced the storm, those who understand the importance of umbrellas best, those who have experienced no charcoal in the snow also understand the true meaning of giving charcoal in the snow. Therefore, Xiao Zhan, who has been deeply affected by various public opinion turmoil on the internet, he chose to let those who criticized him apologize by staying away from the internet. This itself, it makes people feel infinite emotion. He is still the young man in white. Still the same Xiao Zhan. Xiao Zhan's note, miscellaneous sense of life. During this time, due to the tedious things and busy work in reality, it's a pity that Xiao Zhan rarely posts, but he has to admit that laziness is the biggest obstacle. A lot of things in this world are like this. It's easy to give up, indulge and stop, but staying on is not easy. Similarly, it is not easy to overcome inertia. Also, the flowery world outside always attracts and interferes with you. This requires you to spend a lot of time, energy and effort to deal with it. In this way, a certain balance between the mind and the outside world can be slowly achieved, which is neither an extreme block, it does not belong to complete indulgence, and only in this way is a more scientific and reasonable way.